Being a stay-at-home girlfriend is a scam. I was a stay-at-home girlfriend a couple of years ago.
This is why you are single and you're not a stay-at-home girlfriend yet. I just made my man dinner, loved it, and now I'm making him cookies.
Women will forever be the prize. Fantasize my life as a stay-at-home girlfriend in her 20s.
Spend the day with me as a stay-at-home girlfriend.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about the stay-at-home girlfriend trend. For the past few years, social media has been selling us this dream that the easiest way to success is finding a provider man, quitting your job, and soft lifing your way into retirement. But is it really a soft life, or is it a soft life trap? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the upsides, downsides, and how you can potentially elevate your life. Let's go ahead and get into it. So a lot of you guys probably don't even know what a stay-at-home girlfriend is. You've heard of stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom, but you've never heard of the term stay-at-home girlfriend. This got popular back in 2022. I started seeing these videos all over my timeline, and at first I thought it was satire. I was like, are people really retiring in their 20s to be a stay-at-home girlfriend?
Oh.
A stay-at-home girlfriend is a woman who does not work and her man financially provides for her. She runs errands, she cooks, she cleans, she goes to Pilates, she gets smoothies, and she might occasionally film content on TikTok or Instagram, but essentially her life is to be an asset to her boyfriend. There's no legal ties, there's no kids involved. She is just a girl with a man that financially provides for her. On the outside, it looks calm, it looks peaceful, it looks tranquil. And a lot of times when you come across these stay-at-home girlfriends, I always notice a reoccurring comment section. Every woman in the comment section is saying, I want this life. I want to be attacked with this life. This is what I aspire to have. I don't want to work. I can't wait until I find my person. I can't wait until I find a man to provide for me. It has even got so bad that people have created ebooks, courses, discords, and all types of communities for women to put themselves in places to find these provider men. It's also been a trend online to put yourself out there to find a set type of man that is willing to provide for you and to fund your entire lifestyle. So I'm going to go ahead and show y'all a few examples of what I'm talking about if you never came across this type of content.
Stay-at-home girlfriend, so I'm gonna show you guys what I do all day. My boyfriend actually leaves me money so I could treat myself, and that's what the do. And I wanted to show you guys my favorite water bottle. It melted, it's so hot, but it's okay. I'm still gonna use that shit. Then I got some Starbucks. I went to H&M because I heard that they had cute basics, and it did not disappoint. I got some cute stuff. Then I went to Home Goods, but they did not have nothing good. I didn't even bother recording. Then I went to Trader Joe's, and I get flowers now because I just feel like it gives my house a nice vibe. But they're not red. They're actually orange. I don't know why they look red on camera. But anyways, this is my cart. Just a couple things that I got. And honestly, this is a PSA to all the fucking lazy bitches who leave their cart in the middle of the road. Fuck you. I hit one the other day. I guess it's my fault. I should have been paying attention, but still, why is it in the middle of the road? Anyways, I got some boba, and I forgot to take my vitamins in the morning, but it's okay. Just take them throughout the day. And I made some cookies that are gluten-free. They were just not very good, so I went to go get some donuts. And then we don't live near a ding tang fung anymore, so I just make it at home, and it comes out really good. I'm really a chef, okay, guys? But yeah, that's all I did. What'd you guys do today? Oh, also, we got a new cat. I'm a stay-at-home girlfriend, so
this is another day in my life as a 25-year-old stay-at-home girlfriend. I start off my day by waking up around noon, and then I will tidy up the place to make sure that it's nice and clean for my boyfriend to come home to, because when he's in a good mood, I'm also in a good mood. Then today I felt extra nice, so I set up his shower shelves for him. And of course, being a stay-at-home girlfriend, I have to smell nice, so I take a really long shower and practice my 12-step skincare routine because I have all the time in the world. One of my favorite things about living this lifestyle is knowing that I am basically performing wifey duties at the girlfriend package. Then I thought it would be nice to take myself on a date because I was craving some noodles. Then I went to Starbucks because it is literally in my job description to spend his money. I was feeling really exhausted, so I played some games on my iPad and waited for him to come home. And this is his POV. I mean, how lucky is he? And we cheers with some cocktails.
Here's another day in the life of a stay-at-home girlfriend. I'm going to Pilates at Carrie's. I promise you, it's the best workout ever. I'm literally quivering by the end. Then I stopped by my favorite vintage designer store. I'm so obsessed with this vintage Chanel. They have the best selection. Anyway, good secured. Then I went shopping for my boyfriend's birthday gift. I don't understand why all men's shoes look the same. Literally nothing stood out to me. So I went to Byredo to stock up on supplies. Shopping stressed me out so much, so I called my girl over for a therapeutic massage. My boyfriend came home early and it was such a beautiful day, so we decided to go swimming together. Here's him being a menace in the pool and then being all cutesy. Then we got ready for dinner. Here's a quick fit check. We went to ADKT and the food was literally amazing.
This is what my mornings look like as a 25-year-old stay-at-home girlfriend. I fill up Lucanized water bottles to make sure we're hydrated, tidied up our bedroom, made the bed, Then I did my very long skincare routine. It's like 20 minutes long, and ice rolled. Then I did my 5-minute journal and went on a walk on the beach to get a coffee with Luke. And then I put my workout clothes on, did a workout at the gym with Luke, and afterwards made us some smoothie bowls.
Kendall shows us what she gets up to in a day as a stay-at-home girlfriend, with tasks including making superfood smoothie bowls and matcha lattes.
And then I planned out the rest of my day in my new planner.
This is everything I did for my boyfriend today as a stay-at-home girlfriend. The first thing I always do is make him a coffee.
Boyfriend Luke pays for Kendall's every move, from luxurious holidays to Pilates classes.
And then I take it down to his office for him. Then he handed me his water bottle to fill up. And I realized I had to change the water filter, which I needed some help with. And then I continued to fill up his water with ice cubes.
And she spends her days doing things like cleaning, tidying, and making her partner drinks, while he works on running his PR firm.
Luke some chicken salad on toast, then made him another latte because he always likes to have a second one in the afternoon.
25-year-old Kendall met Luke on a trip to Tulum, and soon enough they ended up together. And Kendall moved to Puerto Rico to be with him.
Y'all get it. Y'all see what's going on. They wake up, they clean, they cook, they run errands, they spend money, they go shopping. Some of them even get an allowance, and they just dilly-dally through life. It looks like something aspirational for a lot of women of a particular age that are very impressionable. They see this and they're like, this is what I aspire. Why do I have to go to college or get a trade or work a job that I hate when women are out here getting this type of lifestyle? A lot of women are aspiring to have this type of lifestyle off of this type of content. I remember being in my early 20s thinking like, oh wow, it's that easy. On social media, they make it seem like everybody has options to this type of man. But the reality is wealthy men are in the top 1%. Most people are not going to find a man to take care of them. This is a fantasy, and most people marry within their tax bracket, in their professional setting, and who they're in proximity with. I think when a lot of women see these videos, they see themselves in those women because these videos have become so popular and saturating our timeline. So you feel like, oh, I too deserve this. This is no different than everyone online feeling like, oh, they have so many options. They think they're settling if they're not able to get somebody at this level. And if I can't get somebody that's making 6 figures or making this much, I'm settling. And in actuality, you're not settling. You're marrying and you're dating within your tax bracket. So if you grew up in middle class or in poverty, you're most likely to date somebody that's in your economic circle. That's why a lot of times in these videos, women are selling courses and saying, oh, you need to be meeting them at the smoke bar, you need to be meeting them at high-end country clubs or high-end bars or high-end hotels, or you need to be running errands around the rich part of town to attract these type of men. And that's not really sustainable. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's definitely not impossible, but I think it's dangerous when you're selling a lifestyle strategy that has low probability. If this is so sustainable and the probability of this happening is high, why are you online selling a course on how to become more feminine, how to attract a provider man, how to attract a certain type of man, instead of living off the provider man? If you have all of the success, all of the tactics, all of the knowledge, why aren't you living off of this man? Why are you online selling courses?
Being a stay-at-home girlfriend is a scam. I was a stay-at-home girlfriend a couple of years ago. And what nobody tells you is on social media, it looks all cute and nice because you have all these nice dinners. No, you don't have to worry about rent. But what nobody tells you about is you have to go and ask your man for a bit of money whenever you want to do anything. I also met a guy a couple of months ago, and he was that archetype of, I want my woman to stay at home all day and do nothing. But then he tells me how his ex-girlfriend was working for him and he expected her to work for him for free. His argument was, well, if we're gonna be successful together, I need her support because I could also just hire someone if I were to pay her a salary. But they were not married, they had nothing that gave her security at all. And he was pissed of the fact that this girl said, well, what if we break up one day? I have no security. Guys have so many expectations of women, but they're not willing to give anything back. I mean, if you're married, that's something else. But if you're not married and you're a young girl, you look beautiful, you have every opportunity in this world open for you, this is the stupidest thing that you can do, because these guys do leave. And that's exactly what happened. They had a fight and then they broke up, just like that. Don't let these guys brainwash you and try to make you dependent on them, because this is just to feed their egos. A good guy who is quote unquote high value would want you to have your own thing. He would want you to do something, because it's not about the money that you make, it's about the experiences that you get, and it's about the person who you become. Because when you have your own thing, first of all, you're so much more fun to be around with, because you have such amazing topics to talk about, and you have a fire inside of you. You're excited for life, you are so in your feminine energy, and you're able to help your man out as well, and together you can support each other. But that does not mean that you should not have your own thing and be one.
I really hope that we're not idolizing this stay-at-home girlfriend trend, because honestly, it's giving 55 single with nothing to show for it. And I know that that sounds really harsh, but hear me out. I work primarily with women ages 55 and up, okay, as a financial advisor. I talk to way too many women who will tell me that they just didn't care about finances as them and their significant other were coming up. And now it's time for them to think about retirement seriously. And a lot of them haven't saved anything over those last several decades. They were like, oh, I thought he had it. I thought he was taking care of us. And either they weren't legally married or they split and she ended up not getting as much as she thought she was going to get. So this is a real thing, right? You cannot put special friend on your life insurance policy. It just doesn't work that way. You have to be married. And this is just something that you have to take seriously, because your money is a very serious matter. And the older that you get and the closer you get to wanting to retire, the more serious that is going to get. So I just don't want you guys idolizing stay-at-home girlfriends. It's cute. Sounds really cute. But I don't know about the long term.
And that's the crazy part. Personally, I believe that your 20s is not for comfort. Social media has made us think that in our 20s we shouldn't have to work. In our 30s we shouldn't have to work. We're trying to get rich quick. We're trying to be comfortable too quick. And I feel like that's what's going to stunt your growth. If you're providing and you're cooking and you're cleaning and you're doing all of this for a man, helping him build his empire, what are you going to have for yourself? Like, what are you going to have for you once the relationship doesn't work out? Like, what's your game plan? You done built this man up, invested hours in his future. You don't have time to work on yourself because you're tired from cooking and cleaning and ironing and traveling and supporting his goals and aspirations. You're not working on yourself. So a lot of times people are making this type of content thinking it's a flex, but they're not invested in themselves. They're not putting anything aside. And as a person that's been friends with a lot of people that go after men with money, I have seen it happen time and time again. They wine, dine them with vacations, bags, all of these things. And then at the end of the day, once the relationship doesn't work out, because a lot of times men use their money as a band-aid to treat you bad. They deliberately leave that out because it looks good on Instagram. Next video I'm going to show you guys is a young lady saying that she was with a provider man and she was a stay-at-home girlfriend, and why she doesn't recommend it for women. And I honestly feel like a lot of women, they don't see this side, or they don't want to look into what it could possibly be a problem with having this type of relationship dynamic, because they have never had it. Like, when you've never had something or you've never experienced something, you think it's the best thing ever. It's like being a homeowner. Someone will tell you that has never owned a home, oh, you need to be a homeowner, you need to be a homeowner, but they don't know all the downsides of being a homeowner. As a person that was with I'm still with the provider man, but my previous ex that I was with, this man paid all of the bills. I didn't have to work, and I could have took that opportunity to be lazy or to help him build his future up. But I knew at the end of the day, if this man was to leave me, I was going to need to fend for myself. I was going to need to be able to pay for myself and be able to provide for myself. So instead of being lazy, I doubled down on investments. That's when I started my YouTube channel. If you've been on this channel, y'all know how I started this YouTube channel. I started this YouTube channel back in 2019, but I started really posting back in 2020 because that's when I was dating a man that pretty much funded my lifestyle, and I started posting online. And within 1 year living with this man, I was able to save over $30,000. I was able to max out my Roth IRA. I was able to move to a new city. Like, if you've been on this channel, this is literally how I was able to move to a new city, because I doubled down on my investments, I doubled down on my passions. And that's why I say it could be a good situation if you have strategy. A lot of these women in these videos, they're just going to Pilates, they're going shopping, and they're bragging, say, oh, you're doing all of these things. But if the relationship fails, you will notice, like the counselor said, these people don't have anything saved up. These people don't have a strategy. They're just enjoying the moment. And then when things go sour, you don't have anything to show for it, because all these years you've been investing in this man. And even wives, like, you see, when a relationship ends, a marriage ends, a lot of wives have to get alimony because they didn't do anything but be an assistance to their husband during their marriage. They didn't have any business, they didn't have anything going on outside of this man. So that's why I think, if you know how to handle it and you're wise, it can propel your lifestyle. Like, you can be from here and you should go from here. Of course, my overall opinion, I would never tell anybody to date down or date a bum, because it costs money to do this. To breathe, to exhale, to inhale, you walk outside, you spend $100. So I definitely don't agree with dating down, but at the same time, I don't agree with the ideology of women aspiring to have a man take care of them and having a provider man, because it's not reality. And a lot of times when women do get these provider men, like I stated previously, there's a lot of infidelity going on. There's a lot of mental and physical abuse going on, and they know you have nothing. That's why they isolate you from your family. They don't want you to work, because they want to be able to have control over you. And I think this is when it's a problem. Or if they take too much of your time up and they want you to invest in them in order for them to fund your lifestyle. That's why I say I don't recommend it, because we're not seeing the right examples online. A lot of women are just showing the lavish side, but they're not showing the downside. So I'm going to play this clip right here. And basically, it's just a young lady talking about her experience as being a stay-at-home girlfriend and why she wouldn't recommend it for anybody, because she didn't have a strategy. And I'm not saying go into a relationship with what I can get out of it, but if you feel like you have the liberty to be able to not worry about bills and be in survival mode, why not invest in yourself? Like, why take that for granted? Because most people, they have to work for everything. So if you can't get with the man that's willing to provide for you, you should be looking into ways to invest in yourself, because they're supporting you right now. This is not dependency. You're not a child. You're not a dependent of this person. And even as parents, hell, your parents are not obligated to take care of you after 18 years. But let me go ahead and roll the clip.
Coming from somebody who has been a stay-at-home girlfriend for 3 years, it's not the life you want. And when I say stay-at-home wife, mom, girlfriend, whatever, I mean you are relying solely on your partner's income. But I saw a quote a long time ago, and I wish I listened to it. If you give a man the power to feed you, he also has the power to starve you. But when I tell you, there was no amount of gifts, trips, nothing truly made me happy. And honestly, I convinced all of you that I was living the life. I feel like that's what a lot of women do. They try to convince themselves and everybody else that they're enjoying their life of not having anything for themselves. I was showing you guys this nice apartment, my daily Target runs, I was going crazy every single day. And there is a lawyer on TikTok, but she said the divorce rate with stay-at-home moms and wives is very, very high. It's kind of the same story every time on why they're filing for divorce. The man says, you don't have to work, just stay with me. All you gotta do is take care of the family. To a lot of you guys, that would be music to your ears. If he is paying for your whole life and you don't have any income at all, there will start to be a resentment. I'm just glad I was young. I didn't have any kids. I was not married. I was able to start my life before I wasted more years just staying in the house. Being in a relationship where you know you will have nothing when you leave, or if this person ever leaves, that's not gonna feel good, And also something else I didn't like about having my life completely funded, you kind of have to let them do whatever they want. You have to go about things differently and tolerate a lot of BS because your life is on the line. And as delusional as I was, I knew that I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Once you add kids into the equation, you're probably never gonna leave. Because once you pop out that kid, that's when you really, really sign a death contract. Like, you can't go back now. Because if you leave, not only do you have to fend for yourself, you have to fend for an innocent life too. So you're definitely not leaving if you have no income. I ain't doing no wrestling. Getting back into the workforce is not easy. Go ahead and do your research. And I'm pretty sure you're thinking, oh, I could just get alimony. That's like a unicorn. Do you know how much money that man makes? Did you make him sign a prenup? Because you will get comfortable staying at home, not doing shit. And then before you know it, 10 years passes by, you got kids, your husband's cheating on you with a younger woman. Are you gonna stay, or are you gonna take your kids, get a divorce, get a job? Staying home and taking care of the kids and the house, I think that's outdated. We're in a different time now. I do believe a man should provide, but I do believe that you should have your own income too. I'm just gonna be real. I think all men cheat, especially if they have money. They have access to hundreds of women that look better than you. That might be controversial, but it's the truth. So I don't think that putting your whole life into a man's hands is a good idea right now. But I'm just being real, and I'm just trying to look out for the young women who are planning their whole lives around being a stay-at-home wife. And I hope that there are some stay-at-home wives, moms, girlfriends watching this. I hope you guys can put your pride aside and back me up in the comments and tell them I'm right. Anyways, I hope you guys listen to me, even though you probably won't.
What is every woman's obsession with trying to be this it girl and like come up off a dude and like, you know, get chose by a rich man? Because I'm not even trying to say this to be a hater, but it's like every single last chick, like not all of them, but the majority of these chicks who have lived this type of lifestyle have been embarrassed, have been cheated on, have been played. You know what I'm saying? Like they've all endured the same type of mistreatment, regardless how good they body look, regardless how good they can dress. They've all experienced the same type of toxicity in a relationship. So why don't y'all go find a different type of dude to date other than a rapper and a scammer and a D-boy and these types of guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different paths to take other than trying to come up off somebody. And it's other dudes out here with money other than rappers and scammers and these types of guys. It's like y'all women problem out here is that y'all don't know how to be your own person and get on your own path. Like y'all keep on lining up to get mistreated, thinking y'all doing something. Like it doesn't play out differently for
So
nobody.
we're gonna go ahead and conclude this video. And remember, I'm not against women being provided for. I definitely think that you should date up, but I think you should be prepared, because a lot of times with these trends online, it's not a reality, it's a fantasy, and a lot of times people are just showing you the good part. And if you don't have a game plan, you can be setting yourself back. If you're in a relationship and you're comfortable for 5, 6, 10 years, you're setting yourself back up to retire. You possibly could have retired at 50, but now you have to retire at 60, because back in your 20s, you thought that the goal was being with a provider man. And because he was taking care of everything, you felt like you didn't have to invest in yourself or do anything for yourself. So yeah, don't get that conflicted or don't get that confused. I want all the girls to have somebody that they're equally yoked with and that wants to take care of them, because I feel like a man that loves you should want to take care of you. But at the end of the day, don't get it confused with security. Hell, being a wife is not security these days. I have seen multiple people have kids with men that are very wealthy, and they think by having a child with a man is securing a bag. Look at Brittany Renner. She didn't secure the bag when she got pregnant by that basketball player. Or look at people that have got married and they didn't get anything out of the marriage because they signed a prenup. Or y'all know. Let me go ahead and conclude the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure y'all give me y'all opinion on this.